This video chart presentation to AP Pharma. It's a bulletin board listed company trading our ticker APPA. Stock price had a real nice climb over the last few months. Bottoms around 48 cents, all the way up to around 89 cents. Stock's pulled back. I want to keep this on radar primarily because the stock is sitting right on a support area. I want to see if it's going to rotate and turn off of this point and try and move upward to make some new highs. Now at that recent climb, adding 40 cents a share, pretty much seeing what I would expect through there. MACD showing a strong trend over that period. A little bit of positive divergence leading into it when the MACD was trending back towards zero as the stock was finding a base that was giving hints of potential stronger move may be coming. Of course, that did follow. A little bit of retrace going on. That's not that big of a deal. I just look for that MACD to hold over top of zero and in general continue its multi-month upward trend it's in. ADX up over top of 50. That's getting kind of high. It's not a big surprise to see it try and cool off a little bit, come back down. But obviously right now, with the ADX moving like that, that tells me that the direction of the chart's very strong. Big fall off in the MFIs and the accumulation distribution. There's clearly been some selling that's gone on with this stock. You can see coming off of those highs, some pretty decent volume days with some profit taking setting in and a fair amount of selling. That takes these volume-based indicators and shoots them downward. The interesting point to note, 7's getting pretty far away from the 14 and 21. I'd look for a correction and a sharper move back upward at this point. So I mentioned accumulation distribution downtrending. I'd really like to see it try and form a base somewhere and make a sharp move to show it some strong buying pressures coming into the play. Chaikin money flow, it's based on the accumulation distribution. It is trending back towards zero, but being in the red tells me that over a 20-day period, selling pressure is still outweighing buying pressure. CCI holding the upper half of the indicator. That's a positive sign. As I always mention, the official buy signal from the CCI comes on the break of 100. Full Stow's kind of at a critical point. Really like to see it try and hold right around that 50 mark. It's a gauge of momentum. Over top of 50 shows that the bulls are in control. So generally speaking, I want to see that full stow trending over top of 50. Tricks is also a gauge of trend. Firm upward path. Wouldn't be surprised to see it retrace just a little bit. Similar to the MACD, ultimately I want to see it over top of zero, show the trend is bullish. RSI is also at a key point. Looks like they're trying to rotate and hold above 50. Like the full stow, they're also a gauge of momentum. And I want to see them on the upper half of the indicator to show that there's sustained bullish momentum in the play. So getting some mixed signals from the indicators. What ultimately caught my eye about this chart is what I'd call an area of support right here around 75 cents. Could say it goes up to 78. You can see it was clearly a resistance point. Any classic TA fashion where resistance is broken, I always want to see it hold as support. That's exactly what's going on right now. It's maybe slightly below it. You can see right through that area, it's just dipped a little bit below around 74 cents. But I tend to think of support not as a fine line. I think of it more as a fat tip marker. I'd want to see this stock chart hold this area and quickly make a rotation to take on some buying pressure. Volume's dried up a little bit. I'll be looking for a volume surge. But if it can't hold that support, I don't see more coming in play until down here around 65 cents. Now that's a pretty healthy percentage fall from where it is right now. Not only is there some static support there, but the 50 and 200-day moving averages are climbing upward. They'll add some dynamic support to that spot. So I'd suspect that'll be a pretty strong area if the price per share does fall through this support. But if it takes on some upward pressure, it's got a nice upside to the first real resistance around 85 cents. And then trying to break through some new highs up around 89 cents. But with it sitting right where it is right now, I'd keep my eye on volume to pick up more than 520,000 shares. I want to see it up over 1 million shares or more, show people are seeing this as a buying opportunity on support. And if it does, at least has a reasonable shot of coming up and testing these highs again. But I'd pay close attention to this support point and see how the stock trades in the coming days. As always, it's merely my interpretation of the APPA chart. Thank you for watching and trade smart.